On a recent Sunday, these historic streets played host to a different kind of scene. Not one of tourism or celebration, but of raw anger and deep-seated anxiety. This was the Defend Netherlands March, a protest that brought hundreds of people onto the streets, their voices rising in a chorus of discontent that is echoing across the continent.
And a few weeks ago, there was also a big mass rally in The Hague with the same groups attending, which turned into a full-blown riot. A police car was set on fire and a party office was attacked. And the intelligence services here in the Netherlands are warning that these far-right groups, extremist right groups, including neo-Nazis, are getting more and more violent.
Today, we're going beyond the headlines to understand what's driving this movement. What are the fears of the protesters? And what does this demonstration in the heart of Amsterdam tell us about the growing polarization over immigration, identity, and the future of Europe itself?
Police intervened at multiple points, making several arrests to maintain order.
The Netherlands is going a bit down to a lot of immigration, and I don't want that because a lot of immigrations are coming here to destroy the Netherlands, and I don't want that.
I'm here to protest immigration. I think that's a very large issue that we've been having in the Netherlands for a couple of decades now.
The demonstration is a powder keg of emotion. Protesters marched under a sky as grey as their mood, waving the red, white and blue of the Dutch flag. Their chants were sharp, their slogans pointed. Many signs, like this one, read, "No ASC." AZC stands for Asielzoekerscentrum, or Asylum Seekers Centre. These centres, which house people applying for asylum, have become the physical symbols of a national policy that these demonstrators believe has gone too far. The authorities, anticipating a large turnout and the potential for unrest, had already relocated the demonstration from the city's central Dam Square to the more open Museumplein, or Museum Plain. It was a clear sign they were concerned about public safety. Their concerns were not unfounded. Throughout the day, police intervened at multiple points to maintain order, and several arrests were made. The heavy police presence wasn't just for show, it was a reflection of the heightened tensions surrounding the issue of immigration ahead of the country's upcoming national elections. But to understand the why behind this anger, we need to listen to the voices from within the crowd. This is Jeremy. His concerns are not abstract. They are tied to the very fabric of daily life. Jeremy's fear that immigration is coming to destroy the Netherlands is rooted in a tangible and widespread national issue: housing. The Netherlands is in the grip of a severe housing crisis. There simply aren't enough affordable homes for the people who need them. For many Dutch citizens, especially the younger generation, the dream of owning a home feels increasingly out of reach. Jeremy connects this struggle directly to immigration. In his view, the arrival of more people puts an unbearable strain on an already broken system. He feels left behind, unable to compete for housing or secure the loans necessary to build a life in his own country. It's a powerful cocktail of economic anxiety and a perceived loss of opportunity. While Jeremy's concerns are focused on resources, another participant, Jan, framed the issue in broader, more ideological terms. For him, this is a fight for national identity. This idea of becoming a minority in one's own country is a central and highly controversial theme in right-wing movements across Europe. It speaks to a profound fear of cultural and demographic change. Jan argues for the right of a people to have their own state, suggesting that while some asylum is acceptable, the current levels are unsustainable. Jan doesn't see this as just a Dutch problem. He sees himself as part of a pan-European awakening. His words are a call to arms, framing the protest as a defense of civilization and the safety of women and children, a powerful and emotive message that resonates deeply with his fellow demonstrators. This demonstration in Amsterdam isn't an isolated incident. It's the latest flashpoint in a series of escalating protests against asylum shelters across the Netherlands. Tensions have been simmering for months, boiling over in events like the right-wing riots in The Hague just weeks earlier. This growing unrest illustrates a deep and widening chasm in Dutch society, a polarization that is defining the political landscape. As John pointed out, this is not just about the Netherlands. From the shores of Italy to the suburbs of Stockholm, governments across Europe are grappling with the same monumental challenge. How do you balance the humanitarian obligation to help those fleeing war and persecution with the mounting pressures on domestic resources, social cohesion, and national security? There are no easy answers. The debate is a complex web of economic realities, security fears, cultural identity, and moral questions. The demonstration in Amsterdam is a stark reminder that as these pressures grow, the conversation is becoming louder, more urgent, and more divided than ever. The canals of Amsterdam are calm once more. The chants have faded, and the protesters have gone home. But the questions they raised hang heavy in the air, not just here, but across a continent at a crossroads. The Defend Netherlands March was more than just a one-day event. It was a symptom of a much larger struggle over the very definition of what it means to be Dutch and what it means to be European in the 21st and key century. What do you think? How can countries navigate this complex balance between humanitarian values and domestic stability? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Because so many people want a house, and there's a house problem here in the Netherlands, and yeah, a lot of people have much money because they spare a lot of loan a lot by the bank, and I can't do that, so yeah.
Another participant, Jaron, called for limits on asylum approvals, citing rising migration across Europe as a factor in increasing crime and public safety risks.
I'm here to protest immigration. I think that's a very large issue that we've been having in the Netherlands for a couple of decades now. And what we've seen now is that with this level of immigration, with this net immigration, you see that in the larger Dutch cities, Dutch people are becoming a minority. And I believe in the right for people to have their own state. And of course, we could have some asylum seekers, but it's just way too much.